right, we're back on the Dr. Baruch Show, and we are shifting things around. We want to thank Dr. B. Serious for coming on board with us and sharing with us the great wisdom that he has and has used in the cure, or can't use that word, man. America doesn't like you to use the word cure because then you go to jail. So we don't want anybody going to jail, so we'll just say he has helped people overcome disease, which means cure. Anyway, but we're going to be talking to some new guests who have come into the studio, and they're in a interesting space in that they're in the food space, which we know is real critical for us. We want to make sure that we're doing the right things with regard to our food, because if you do right by the food, if you do right by the soil, then the food will do right by you. And I am not going to hesitate. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our guests and allow them the opportunity to tell us what they do and who they are and all the great things. So we're going to start with Amanda, directly to my left. Amanda, who are you? What's going on? What you doing? Why are you on the show? What you going to share with us today?
Sure. Like you mentioned, my name is Amanda Stevenson, and I'm here representing the Fresh Food Factory. Is a social enterprise, is a farm and food hub that we're bringing online in Washington, D.C. And we definitely feel it's important to be connected to what you grow. You are what you eat, and we birth life. We bring life through vegetation, and we are actually sourcing from different purveyors who would actually bring good, healthy foods to the community of Southeast Washington, D.C., and the broader D.C. metropolitan area as a whole.
Great.
And to my left is my partner, Sean.
What's up, Sean?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Great. What you got? Who are you? Where you from?
Born and raised in D.C., so I'm a
what part?
Washingtonian. Northwest.
Northwest, okay.
Oak Street Market.
It's not many of us left, you know.
I know.
To say that you are from Washington, D.C. and still living in D.C., that's big. How about you?
I'm from Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Surrey, Virginia.
Yeah, it's not D.C. It's not D.C. You know, I'm not trying to, put you out there, but it's not the same. Yes, you are. Oh, okay, that's what's up.
She D.C.
She's here now. Oh, she's D.C. She been in Southeast. That's what's up. Go ahead, Sean. What you got?
Yeah, been a chef for the last 30 years of my life, so I've been in the food space for a very long time. And now moving into the growing aspect of food, more naturally, more critically farm to table.
That's what's up.
And we also have a cafe called the Adrenaline Cafe. That's our distribution. That's where most of our product will actually be distributed to and then serviced to the community.
That's what's up. And the idea, the name, the Adrenaline Cafe, what's up with that? Where are you going?
So it's a brand. It's bigger than just the cafe, and we birthed that brand because we have a lot of people like us are in a creative space. So we give you that creative boost, and we just see with our Adrenaline brand at the cafe is an arts cafe. So pretty much when you come, you get the experience of fine arts and culinary arts. My background is in business and the arts as well. I'm a fine and digital artist, and Sean is a culinary artist. So we thought that brand would be fitting for the cafe, and it's inside of an art center in Anacostia. So that's why that brand fell through to the cafe. It was just fitting.
Okay. And tell us now, you're growing your food, or you're talking about that's going to be your future. Are you growing it now?
We haven't started it just yet. We're still in the process of building our systems.
Okay.
That's the relationship through Virginia State University.
Yeah, go ahead.
And their Urban Culture Center that they have there in Petersburg, Ettrick, Virginia. My alma mater. Woo-hoo,
okay.
Yeah, so one of the things that we wanted to do was, one of the things we were offered the opportunity to do it in a space that doesn't get a lot of visibility. Of course, Anacostia, food desert, the whole 9 yards of it being lack of more inconvenience than it is a convenience. So controlled environmental growing isn't new. It's just new to that area. Where you can have access to it 365 days a year. So we want to make sure the community understands first by educating them on what we're doing and why we're doing it, so much as to say, you have to have this or you should be doing this. So Yeah, that's what we're moving to, and that's coming online relatively soon.
That's what's up.
I was going to say they're going to be coming back on next week to continue hydroponics training. So we're getting the community involved in that aspect. So if they want to learn different growing systems and how easy it can be to actually grow, they're coming to definitely educate the community on that.
And that's Virginia State.
Virginia State University. Yes, and they'll be coming on the 28th, which is next Tuesday, at our farm site, 631 Howard Road, Southeast.
Yeah, and locally we also have relationships with Bread for the City, UBC. So it's not that we had to go outside of the community in order to bring this to life. This is her alma mater. Excuse me, this is her alma mater. So it was just very
So you're working with Yao over at UDC?
We've met him,
yeah.
So we will definitely be doing some things with him also.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's the direction that we have to go. You know, when I got into the food business, I was in technology. I was selling information technology, security, antivirus, and all the rest of that. And I was there setting up computers for a conference. And in the middle of the conference, a young lady goes through her little speech. She was testing the mics, and she was going into the beginning of her speech, and she got to a line where she said, if you control a man's food, you control him. And at the moment she said him, like a Stepford husband, I got up, walked out the building and said, honey, we're about to open up a restaurant. She said, what? I'll tell you when I get home. And I went back to doing what I was doing, but I knew at that point, we have to control our food. Because I was watching the ramps being built on our homes, and I was watching all the deterioration of the health. I was watching new cancer wings, and everybody was celebrating. We at the hospital, I was at an event, and a guy was talking about how many people his hospital serviced over the course of the year. And I was like, well, how does that become successful? I could see if, that's how many new accomplishments we had, in some other area. But to think that we service that many sick people in the county, Prince George's County, and he bragged about this as more than any other county in the state of Maryland. I said, well, wait a minute, that doesn't necessarily mean progress or success.
And most people don't realize when you start to see all of these dialysis places coming up, and you're talking more about diabetes and obesity and this and that, you have to ask yourself, why? But then you have to not be afraid to get the answers that confront, hey, because you're eating bad, because you're putting processed food in your bodies. Yep. So you're not going to get healthier doing that. You're going to become more unhealthy.
Absolutely. And with what you all are doing, you're going to not only then provide the food or the end product, but are you looking to continue the education there in the community? How's that going to work?
Of course. We started a nonprofit back in 2003, and we've been doing a lot of work in the community, in the greater community, and we've done work in Baltimore as well. And what we look to do is empower people through training. So just that. So we are pretty much living our mission, and we've actually done work in the entrepreneur space, so helping those to start a small business and helping those in workforce development. So we're growing our training. So not only are you just taught nutrition, health, you're also taught how to start a business successfully and how to be a great hire. We're about building the intellectual capital. We're about building human capital, so building our people. So training is a great aspect to empowering. So like Sean mentioned, education. You got to let people know why you're there, what benefit it is to them, and why these stores are pretty much inconvenience. And the inconvenience that they could bring, yes, you have $1 and what you want is 50 cents, but you got to pay now, pay later. It's better to get something a little bit healthy, even if it costs more. But the mission of our cafe, we try to offer fair at a fair price. We understand the dynamics in the communities that we are in, and everybody doesn't have the disposable incomes, but we wanted to make everything accessible. It's about access. It's about opportunity. So yes, we educate through our food offering. The people that we hire, they may not have been aware. They may have been hard to work, or they may have backgrounds, and we don't frown upon that. We definitely welcome, because we are a fabric of that community, and so are they. And we just help those who come through our business want to work with us. We help them to understand business. So we have a couple of those who may want to start their own experience or may want to be hired elsewhere. So we are a training kitchen as well. So we live, breathe, are educators, and understand that that's an important part for all of us to grow.
Great, great. And we're going to take a momentary break. We're going to be right back with more of the Dr. Baruch Show here on the Elife Media Network. We're talking to Sean and Amanda. I want to say Stephen. I was like, that's not right. Amanda. Yes, here on the Dr. Baruch Show. You all stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're back with more of the Dr. Baruch Show. This is Dr. Baruch, and we're here on the Elife Media Network, and we're having a good time. You know, I always enjoy this. I always enjoy because I know I'm touching people's lives. I'm making a difference, and we're making people give consideration to things that they didn't even know existed. And today we're talking to Sean and Amanda as they share with us their new venture, yet it's old, but it's a new venture in that they're talking about food, production of food, and how you can produce it 365 days out of the year, and doing it wherever, whether you're in an apartment, whether you're in a studio, whether you're out in the country, in the field, on the roof of your office building, no matter what, you can do it. You can produce food, and guess what? We can't live without food. So we're having this conversation, and they're also talking about a new cafe that they're opening up that is going to be right there in Anacostia. Is it going to be anywhere near the chair? You know, that's our reference in Anacostia.
It's actually already open. We opened the cafe in January.
January, okay. I'm sorry. Already open.
Yep. Already open.
And proximity to the chair, you know.
Yes, it's Good Hope Road and MLK right at the intersection.
Oh, okay. So that's right there, right down the street. Okay.
Right in the heart of Anacostia.
Yeah, right across from, what is that, D.C. Housing Authority, something like that?
Yeah,
okay.
It's in that building, and the address is 631 Good Hope Road. It's
okay.
inside of the Anacostia Art Center. So just walk through the center, and you see us. We're the back cafe space.
And if anyone wanted to actually come be a part of the farm experience, please stop by. Any chef, anyone that's thinking of opening up a cafe restaurant experience in Anacostia or east of the river, it's open to the public. We want the public to be more involved with what we're doing. Come down, check us out, do a walkthrough, look at the space, talk to us about all the things that we're going to be doing. You can visit us at thefreshfoodfactory.com. That's our website. I can be reached at area code 202-306-5545 if you want to talk to me personally. Any chef out there, like I said, any homemaker that wants to start their own business, you bake, cupcakes or you do cookies, come talk to us.
Yeah, we had a cupcake maker on last night, as a matter of fact. She's like the Redskins cupcake lady, I think she is. And she was here. So, yeah, this is right on time. And we're educating and empowering you. We're making you know, making you more aware and knowledgeable about what's available to us. And because our audience goes beyond the bounds of just the Washington, D.C. area, for those beyond those bounds, again, these are just great stories that you're going to want to keep up with. You're going to want to know what's going on. Okay, what happened? How did it go? And, how's that working for you? Because everybody wants food. Everybody needs food. Maybe doesn't want it, but everybody needs food. And what you all are offering is, again, fresh food. Yes, are you looking to have a garden close by the restaurant?
That's the farm and food hub that we're bringing online. We're actually growing in controlled structures. So
and it's like 5 minutes from the cafe.
Away.
Okay.
It's on Howard Road. Is right on the other side of Anacostia, right near Poplar Point, and the baseball stadium is a landmark for a lot of people. So once you cross the bridge on the south side, Ward 8 is right at the Anacostia Park, basically. So we're using a lot that was underutilized for many years, and we're using structures that have been in place and putting our farm in that structure, putting our kitchen incubator, putting our farmers market. So if you're looking to vend and grow, and also if you're looking to partner, and if you like what it is that we're doing, we're always open as long as there's a symbiotic relationship and one that's truly about building the community. We are definitely for that. So anybody who's in the food, agriculture space, small business space, and the like, we're definitely open to opportunity. The website for the cafe is art-adrenaline, DRENALINE.com. You could check out that website as well. Again, we would like to always bring fresh options that are naturally created and artfully prepared. So Sean does a great job of preparing them on your plates.
And you think about community. We partnered with Red Brick LMD developer, and they're challenged to do the first phase of St. Elizabeth. The community needs to understand that not just that these developers are coming into their communities, building out all these structures and making a lot of money. They're actually involved with the community. You just have to pay attention and not be so afraid of what they're doing, and do a little bit more investigating. And you'll come up with stuff like this, because that was an amazing opportunity they offered to us for us to be able to do what we're going to do for the community. So, it's a great opportunity for small business to look at developing what they're doing in that food space or in the technology space, because we're going to be doing training in that space also, showing people how to build app systems and software that help understand your growing channels and what that looks like. And it's not going to stop there. It's actually going to be a continuation of what we're doing, because you're going to see the fresh food factor pretty much everywhere in the coming years.
That's what's up. We need more fresh food,
Absolutely.
And there was a time when that was our kitchens, but we've kind of gotten away from that lifestyle. So we're going to make that adjustment,
right.
And we're going to start producing food for the community where they can come at that hub and grab something healthy to eat. Again, go ahead. Yeah,
the community needs to also understand that the government has the resources to help them start the business that they want to start if it's in the food space. They have to not be afraid to be challenged to go out there and put that stuff together. That's one of the things that we do in small business development. We want them to understand the process isn't that difficult, and if you don't have the financial resources, we can guide you in that direction also. So instead of complaining, I can't find a job, how about starting a business?
That's it. I know I did it.
Yeah, sometimes that's the quickest way to employment.
Yep.
That's right. Right. And all of this, just reflecting back on Everlasting Life, all of this started in the garage. And I can imagine, how things start, isn't how things actually end up. And if you get caught up on the start, you can't get past the start to, picking up that momentum and getting the support from the community and getting the support from the government, and whomever else might see, your vision and want to participate in that thing. It all stays in your head and it never goes anywhere, and it dies when you die.
People don't want to keep hearing about an idea.
Right. You got that right. Again, this is the Dr. Baruch Show. We're talking to Sean and Amanda. And they're talking about the Fresh Food Factory. Fresh Food Factory and the Art Adrenaline. Yeah, the Art Adrenaline Cafe. And we're going to be back in just a moment with more of the Dr. Baruch Show here on the Elife Media Network. I want to thank you all for coming on board and sharing with us what you have. Indeed. We're going to be right back. Stay tuned.